Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is a politically charged stock market pre-show. Let's do that again. Politically charged stock market pre-show, giving you the politics of the day and the biggest news in the stock market. It is presented with comedic common sense and just the right amount of sarcasm by an expert in financial literacy. And hey, that's me, Larry Steinhouse. Today is Wednesday, September 14th. Wow. I'm struggling with my words today. Very interesting. It's not a gluten problem this time, though. I want to thank you. For watching the show. I want to welcome you to the show. We are here live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and you can also find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. Please search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse, and then you can follow me there. Hey, if you'd like to connect to me personally, go to contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com, and there you will find my social media connections, my email, and my text message information as well. That's contactlarry.com. Hey, just remember, if you're watching online, hit that like button, hit that share button. All right, everybody, hit that like button, hit that share button right now. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. And you can also find Money Chat Now and the Larry Steinhouse Show on Spotify. So please go there and subscribe as well. Hey, you can also comment live during the show on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And please say hi so I know you're watching. By the way, you saying hi is really the only way I can know you're watching. Hey, if you haven't joined the Money Chat Now fan page on Facebook, please do that. Go to Facebook, join the Money Chat Now fan page, and that way you'll always be able to see the show. As you know, from time to time, they put me in Facebook jail because I'm just so outspoken, and the only way you can watch the show is if you watch it on the Money Chat Now page, not my personal page. So please go there, like the page, and that way you'll never miss a show due to the fascist book censors. All right, on today's show, of course, we're going to be talking about the market recap and inflation. We're going to be talking about the gun purchase code. We're going to wait to hear about this one. And we're going to be talking about Nikola's founder's trial. Money Chat Now, of course, is brought to you by Investor Schooling, and you can attend a complimentary class tomorrow by going to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com, and there you will learn about real estate investing, you'll learn about stock options trading, and you'll learn about it from those who do it every day. All right, real quick, a whole bunch of people joining us online. I want to say hello. We have Linda, my lovely wife. We have Mike. We have Larry. We have Tommy. We have Tom. We have Peter, and we have Ken the Democrat. Hey, Ken. Good morning, sir. We have Charles saying good morning. We have John saying good morning. We have Jose coming in from YouTube. Thank you, Jose. We also have I don't know, whatever. We have Charles coming in, and we have Mike. We have Mike again, and Pauline, and Mark. A whole bunch of people. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. Pauline is coming in from LinkedIn from Long Island. That's great. All right, I want to also thank the following people for sharing the show. So in the past few days, so many people have shared the show. I really appreciate it. Of course, my lovely wife, Linda, shares it all the time. We also had Mark sharing it. I believe we had Betsy sharing it. And we had Pauline. I think you shared it as well. So thank you very much if you shared it. And if you haven't shared it, please go to the share button right now and share the show with your friends by clicking the share button and sharing it directly on your page or on their page. You can also share it in groups as well. So don't forget you can share it in groups. It's very easy. Just go to a group, pick a group, share it there, and that way you can help your friends make more money and even get a laugh in the morning. All right, let's talk about yesterday. Oh, there it was. The market got crushed on the Consumer Price Index report, and it came in higher than expected. You know, as I said yesterday, if this happened, remember I said that? The market could drop 1,000 points. Well, it was exactly what happened. The market dropped more than 1,250 points. And basically what happened was Wall Street was looking for a CPI reading of 8.0 or less, and we got a surprising 8.3%. This number is basically about core inflation. It's not about gas prices. It's not about home prices. It's about the everyday things we buy like milk and bread. When this happens, the Federal Reserve has to raise interest rates to keep inflation down. That's why Wall Street panicked yesterday and will probably panic into today as well. You know, look, the market is basically braced for a 75 basis point increase, but the next increase is what investors are afraid of. So this increase, we already know it's going to be 75. Something it might be 100 point. I don't think it's going to be 100 point. I don't really think it matters, but if it's 100 points, it's going to be really bad, but most likely going to be a 75 basis point. But it's the next one that they're afraid of, the one after that. They're hoping for a 50, not a 75-point basis increase, because that means inflation is starting to tame. But if inflation keeps going, the Fed's going to raise it 75 basis points again. Look, do you remember yesterday when I said I was worried about the VIX going up? So if you watched the show yesterday, I said in the morning, I said something was really weird the day before. I said the VIX went up when the market went up, and I thought that seemed really weird. I said it scared me because I felt that on Monday we had a bunch of short sellers waiting to pounce. And this is what happens when you spend too much time in the market. You start to see patterns and start to get hunches. Well, I didn't take advantage of the hunch because I saw it after the market closed. However, my accounts didn't go down much yesterday. When the Dow dropped 1,250 points and your account stays steady, you definitely do something right. So this is something you guys want to learn a little bit at Investor Schooling. I've had some students call me up yesterday and actually said, hey, I took your advice and made some money yesterday. So that was pretty cool. Inflation is also a different problem this time. The past inflation reports have been, like I said, all about gas and housing. This report is about everyday goods like food and other consumables. Look, I've noticed an uptick in prices, but I bought very few things. I thought the prices were already built up for the months before. So what would happen, basically, I would go shopping and I would say, okay, look, wow, this is really expensive. But I didn't realize that they were going up month over month. I just thought, hey, I hadn't bought here in a long time, so the price was pretty high. I don't know. Apparently, prices kept creeping up. Yesterday, if you were on my Facebook page, I posted on Facebook asking you guys to let me know about how inflation is affecting you and what was something that you found priced so high that you found it hard to believe. Well, from the answers, it appeared that food was the number one problem. So not only is that what they're reporting, but you guys are telling me the same thing. Food is the number one problem. Others came back with building supplies. I don't know, somebody posted something with a pipe. A pipe was $59. A 10-foot pipe was $59. I thought that was insane. You have to see the post. I couldn't believe that one. I actually had to read it 3 or 4 times to believe that price. Anyway, building supplies and, of course, gas and cars were also mentioned. To me, it reminds me of the scamdemic. Look, as we got into it, the lockdowns and ridiculous measures got worse and worse, actually, right? And even though we saw that things were starting to improve, basically, the government didn't see it yet. It's the same with this new scamdemic of inflation. Yeah, the prices are high, no doubt about it. But the masks that should have come off a year before they did, it's going to pass. So the masks that should have come off a year before they did, this will also pass. And I truly believe we are on the peak of the problem. Look, don't let it get you down. And most importantly, if you invested properly in certain assets like real estate, you should be pretty happy right now. On a bright note, in the market yesterday, this is weird too, Twitter stock was actually positive when the vote that they voted yesterday, the vote was tallied, and it gave a positive answer to allow Musk to buy the company. I don't know. Even though the vote was yes, Twitter still faces an uphill battle with Musk over his lawsuit to end the deal. It'll be an interesting lawsuit as Twitter tries to defend their accounting of fake accounts. They will also have to contend with the whistleblower who claimed that Twitter had security issues all along. Musk has subpoenaed the whistleblower, and he is set to testify to help Musk prove that there are more fake accounts than Twitter led us to believe. Well, yes, as yesterday ended, it was the worst day of the year in the stock market, and inflation was the cause. I wonder if there's any more Biden voters who still haven't put 2 and 2 together. Remember that the only thing Democrats built back better was the Republican Party. By the way, another indicator of inflation is due out today. While not as important indicator, it is the Producer Price Index, and it is due out this morning, and it could offer further clues into the state of inflation before the Fed's rate hike meeting next week. The index measures the cost of manufacture or producing the goods that we purchase. It will also give us more clues on inflation, and it will help guide the Fed's decision on the interest rates coming up in the future. Because we're already shocked yesterday, the number may not be the same, may not have the same effect as yesterday's report. The report will also be out once again at 8:30, so look for a slight change in the market at that time. I kind of predict this market will be an up, down, or down day about 200 points either way. Wall Street had their excitement yesterday, and today they will rest a bit while they absorb the data from yesterday. All right, let's take a quick look at the futures, and let's see what the Wall Street thinks about it so far. Right now, the Dow is up 40. Now, I can tell you the Dow is up pretty high. It wasn't high, but it was like in 150 earlier, so it's already starting to pull back. The S&P is up 8, and the NASDAQ is up 27. By the way, real quick, I wanted to mention and say thank you to a group of people I was hanging out with last night in Delco. I was presenting on how to buy houses without any money at the Delco Property Investors Group. Look, we were there at the Ridley House and we had a really great time. I wanted to especially thank Tom Noden for inviting me to speak. And if you were there last night, please let me know in the comments. Let me know what you thought of the presentation. All right, let's take a break here, and I'll see you guys in a few minutes.
Okay, so you thought about buying and selling real estate. You've thought about investing in the stock market, but don't know where to start. Well, what if you could find a place to unlock strategies to master both real estate and the stock market, all without the headache? That place is Investor Schooling, hosted by Larry Steinhouse, an expert in real estate, financial literacy, and the ins and outs of the stock market. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate, and you will learn mastery of stock techniques such as options and covered calls. You will even get a chance to ask one of your burning questions to the stock options sultan, the master of picks and plays. Call 866-424-2829 for free information and receive a complimentary pass to attend classes, or register online at investorschooling.com. Don't delay. These passes are limited. So what are you waiting for? Call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Or visit investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse, and of course, if you'd like more information on investor schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Hey, I want to welcome you back to the show. We are here live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And of course, you can find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. Please search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse on Spotify. Like and subscribe there. And if you'd like to connect to me personally, you can go to contactlarry.com. That's right, just go to contactlarry.com and you're going to find my social media connections, my email, my text message information, everything you want there. It's contactlarry.com. Hey, by the way, real quick, I also want to remind you that we still have room for our amazing event coming this Saturday the 17th. It's an all-day event featuring some of the most brilliant minds in business, including Hannah Kessler, the single millionaire chick, Chris Noggle, the money multiplier, Bill Walsh, the rainmaker, and of course myself, Larry Steinhouse, the host of Money Chat Now, and the CEO of Investor Schooling. It's an in-person event only, and seats are selling fast, so go to 4mmw.com. That's the number 4mmw.com, and get your seat. Real quick, a couple of people online finding this interesting. So Charles says, by the way, I made an amazing call yesterday, and thank you. It wasn't great. I mean, I would have rather it went the other way, but it was what it was. I also want to say hello to Sandra, who's joined us. It looks like, James has joined us. Also, another James has joined us from YouTube, and so thank you so much. So keep going, man. I like it. Peter and Art and Ken. Ken says those $5 ladders that people use to climb the wall are now $9. I'm not sure if you're I don't know, adding to the cause or taking away from the cause on that one. All right, anyway. All right, so far we've been talking about inflation. We talked about the market recap. Right now the Dow is up 30. It's starting to fall. The S&P is only up 6, and the NASDAQ is up 16. Not good. We're going to be talking about gun purchase codes and Nikola founder trial. And then, of course, we're going to be talking about today's picks and plays. But did you guys hit that like button? Everybody watching, hit the like button right now so I know you like the show. And don't forget to hit the share button. Come on, hit that share button right now. Leave me a comment to say hi. If you haven't already, by the way, leaving a comment is the only way I know you're watching. So just say hi, and especially if you were watching for the first time, just say, hey, I'm watching. Hi, I'm watching for the first time. It'd be awesome to know. Please share and like it as well. And don't forget to order my new book called Money Hacks. Hey, if you ordered the book and you read it, even if you didn't read it, leave me a review anyway. But definitely want you to leave a review if you did read it. All right, let's talk about guns. Oh, again. All right, look, we all know that the liberals would like to do anything they can to eliminate guns from anyone, especially the law-abiding citizens who have the right to own a weapon according to the Constitution of the United States. As a Second Amendment right advocate, you and I are constantly worried about the Second Amendment being abolished or about some law that would make our Second Amendment rights difficult. There are some out there. But one of the biggest worries is that the government will come take away our guns. The fear of this happening is so ingrained in some that as gun owners, we may even be afraid to let the government know how many or what guns we have. Well, it looks like a new procedure, not a law, might make this easier for the government to find out what guns you have, and even when you bought them, and and even when you bought them, and basically the problem is that they're going to know when you bought them, they're going to know when you have them, and it has some gun owners and advocates a little annoyed. All right, let me try to explain. If you have a credit card and you buy anything with it, the credit card company tags that purchase with a code that's called a merchant category. Look, you're probably more aware of this than you think. If you've ever received an end-of-the-year statement from companies like Visa, MasterCard, or American Express, you have seen that your purchases are broken out into categories. And it's done basically with a merchant code that is assigned to basically that purchase or establishment selling that item. Well, it appears that the credit card companies are now going to add a new code in the system specifically for guns, ammo, and other weapon accessories. This new code is voluntarily being added by the companies, and it was a result of Democrat leaders who wrote letters to the card companies asking for it. Previously, gun store sales were categorized as general merchandise. As of this month, they will be categorized as gun sales. Of course, the liberals are praising this new policy, and Mayor Adams of New York said in a statement, "When you buy an airline ticket or pay for your groceries, your credit card company has a special code for those retailers. It's just common sense that we have the same policies in place for gun and ammunition stores." The National Rifle Association said the move is nothing more than a capitulation to anti-gun politicians and activists bent on eroding the rights of law-abiding Americans one transaction at a time. Look, the NRA continued and said, this is not about tracking or preventing any virtuous motivation. It's about creating a national registry of gun owners. So basically, we have the politicians who want to use this to track the purchase of guns, and we have the NRA saying, how dare you track the purchases? Look, frankly, I got to be honest with you. I'm not quite sure this rule is going to stop any illicit gun purchases. Who's going to care? They're going to buy it with cash. They're going to buy it with anything else. And really, it's not going to make much of a difference if they buy it with their credit card. But seriously, how does it really infringe on the rights of gun purchases any differently than someone buying anything with a credit card? I don't really see it as a problem. I actually see the publicizing of this change being more of a problem than the change itself. It'll probably lead to more cash gun sales in the future because of the paranoia being tracked. The reality is gun shops probably have cameras. Actually, they always have cameras. They always have security everywhere. And when you purchase a gun, you're filling out paperwork each time anyway. Believe me, the government already knows what guns you have purchased legally anyway. So the change is nothing really to stop illicit gun sales. And really, it does nothing to make it easier to track your gun purchase. So frankly, I wouldn't worry much about it, but it's just another annoyance. All right, let's talk about what's going on with Nikola. Real quick, I just want to take a look up top and see who's joined us. So Ken the Democrat says nobody is coming for your guns. NRA red herring. I gotta tell you, I don't think it's a red herring. I actually think it's just at this point maybe even common sense. All right, anyway, but they're not coming for your guns. Don't worry about it. It ain't happening, at least not for this way. All right, let's talk about Nikola. A few years ago, a company named Nikola was formed, and basically its intention was to be a big player in the alternate fuel vehicle space, I should say. This company had made promises of both electric vehicles and hydrogen vehicles, and the founder, Trevor Milton, basically could have brought himself into becoming the next Elon Musk. The company's stock rose from about $10 a share to popping into the 90s in 2020, just a short time ago. The company was on fire, and the founder, Trevor Milton, had hit it big time. Well, it appears that Milton wasn't quite honest with the shareholders and basically misled them. Milton is now standing trial on fraud charges related to statements he made about the company's technology and products. Federal prosecutors allege these statements were exaggerated and misleading. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Manhattan has alleged that Trevor Milton lied about nearly all aspects of the business since its inception and during the time as chairman and CEO of the company. According to prosecutors, those lies were intended to bolster sales of the startup stock, and Milton is facing 2 counts of securities fraud and 2 counts of wire fraud, all related to statements he made about Nikola's business while he was chairman and CEO of the company. If convicted, he could face up to 25 years in federal prison. All right, prosecutors allege the following. Milton said that the company's first semi-truck prototype, called the Nikola 1, was fully functional, but it wasn't. A video showing the prototype truck apparently driving under its own power was created by rolling the truck, which couldn't drive on its own and had no engine. All right. Also, Milton claimed that Nikola had engineered and built an electric pickup truck called the Badger, but prosecutors say the Badger was little more than a concept, and it basically was sketches and renderings at the time of Milton's initial statements. While the company eventually showed the prototype Badger, the truck was in fact built by a third-party vendor and based on a truck from a large automaker. Milton also told investors that Nikola was producing hydrogen gas, that it needed to refuel its fuel cell-powered trucks and reduce costs. It also said that Nikola was developing electric vehicle batteries in-house and that Nikola had binding orders representing billions in revenue for its electric trucks. And all of these statements were false, according to prosecutors. This guy's in deep trouble. He's in deep trouble. And I'll bet jail time is in his future. He might even be in there for 25 years. I've done some research on Nikola, and I don't think they're closing their doors, at least not yet. Personally, I'm hoping for a merger with several small vehicle manufacturers, and if I own shares, I might get a piece of it. By the way, Milton is also accused of making a similar misrepresentation to the seller of a ranch he purchased in 2020 in an attempt to get the seller to accept Nikola's stock as payment for the purchase. Oy. Anyway, I'm looking forward to the outcome of the trial. I'm always interested in reading information about big cases like this one. All right, real quick, let's take a break. I'll see you guys in a minute. Hi, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and one of the most misunderstood things in America is money. That's why I've written this book. It's called Money Hacks, because everything you think you know about money is wrong. And I'm telling you, everything you think you know about money is wrong. When you read this book, you will learn things about money that you did not know. You will even learn if money can buy you happiness. I have a full chapter dedicated to that. You're going to definitely want to read that. I talk about how to use other people's money to buy real estate. I talk about how to save more money, and I even talk about how to rebuild your credit score in this book. There are 22 amazing chapters in this book. This book is now available everywhere. It's available on Amazon. It's available on barnesandnoble.com. And you can order this book right now, and you'll have it in 2 days, and you'll start learning things about money that you never knew before. So order the book right now. Go to Amazon, go to barnesandnoble.com, and order the book, Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse. All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. And of course, if you'd like to be a sponsor of this show, your name and product will be delivered to hundreds of loyal listeners and watchers of the show. Hey, look, as you know, we're expanding our base every day. And if you'd like to get your product or service out to my audience and help keep the show on the air, I would love to have you as a sponsor. Just let me know. Reach out via Messenger or just reach out to me via email. And that way you can be a sponsor of the show. You can help keep the show on the air. And at the same time, you can get some great new customers from my audience. Hey, by the way, did you also know that we have a Spotify channel? That's right, you can subscribe to the channel and you can listen to all of the reports. They're broken out for your enjoyment. Look up Money Chat Now on Spotify, and there you can subscribe. Hey, real quick, a couple of people making some comments and joining us. We have Tess saying coming in. We have Rob coming in. We have Michael coming in. You know, it's pretty interesting. James says rules are like locks. They're for honest people. That's a really great statement. I like that. But Tommy said something interesting. He also said these codes are how we get 5% back on gas and 3% on meals with credit cards and perks. Now maybe we'll get money back on our guns and bullet purchases. Look for the positive. Yeah, I don't see it as a negative. I don't see it as a positive either, Tommy. But maybe that'll happen. Maybe we'll have a gun advocate at Visa or MasterCard saying they'll give us 5% cash back every time we buy a gun. Maybe we should tell the politicians that we'll be incentivized by getting 10% cash back if we put it on our credit card. That way they could track our guns. It works for me. All right. Anyway, so far, of course, we've been discussing real quick, as we know, the Dow's already dropped, and I don't even want to tell you what it is right now. I'll tell you in a minute. We'll tell you when we get there. We also talked about the gun purchase code, which we were just talking about right now, and we talked about Nikola founder going to trial because he committed fraud, and he's going to jail. There's no doubt in my mind. All right, coming up we also have today's picks and plays. But did you guys hit that like button? So everybody watching, hit that like button right now. Hit that share button. Tell all your friends about the show. Let them know it's both entertaining and educational. Come on, hit that share button right now. Go to the right of the screen. Hit the share button. Share it on your page or share it in groups that you'll find that also might enjoy the show. And by the way, Real quick, there's also still time to register for our event this Saturday. Definitely want to be there. It's an all-day event with amazing speakers teaching you things about money I bet you didn't even know. Register right now at 4mmw.com. That's right. It's the number 4mmw.com. Come on, I know you want to be there. Get there. All right, if you've been watching the market yesterday, it looked like hell was breaking loose. The good news is that it's all over. So markets normally eventually come back, and it's possible that today will achieve some normality. All right, tech stocks were decimated yesterday, and I think that brings opportunity. Meta is a great play at the 153 price. I really think it's a great play. My only concern is that it hit a 52-week low. When stocks hit a 52-week low, it could mean an indicator that more trouble is to come, but you have to take that into consideration that it was just a really bad day yesterday. Apple also got crushed, and it's now in the lower 150s again. Below 150 is a buy to me. Google is at my buy price of 105. I suggest all of these plays. Buy the stock or the stock options. All of these companies will be back up in about 2 weeks. I'm telling you, they're going to be great plays. Yesterday was all about the buying opportunities. If you're scared, keep your money in safe plays like dividend-paying stocks. But if you want to take risk, do it now. It's a great time to take risks. We're almost out of the dead zone, and that will make major stock comebacks as we head into earnings season. Also, a SPY call may also be the play today, as the market might recover some of these losses from yesterday. So it might be a good play to play it into Friday or play it into a couple of weeks out. Don't forget, we also have the producer product index report in about a half an hour. Some might sell now to prevent another yesterday, but I believe these are all bargains. All right, let's look at the futures again and see what's going on. See, I told you, the Dow is now down 50, the S&P is down 6, the Nasdaq is down 24. Everybody's getting scared. All right, real quick, Bitcoin got crushed yesterday. It's about 18,000 after it reached 23,000 yesterday morning, and it's about 20,000 again today. Ethereum is now 1,600 and was heading towards 1,900. Gold and silver are still terrible. Gold is about 1,700, and silver is trying to get to 20 again, but it's not quite getting there. The Treasury bond right now is 3.47%. At 3.5% was the day that we had the low in June. So here it comes. Oil is also moving up, and it's about $88 a barrel, and the average gas price is now $3.70. It's down a penny and still up a little over about $1.25 from when Biden took over. All right, I want to thank you all for watching Money Chat Now. We are here every morning at 7:30 on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube, and you can also find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. I am so excited you guys watch the show. Thank you so much. My name is Larry Steinhouse. I am the host of Money Chat Now, and I am the CEO of Investor Schooling. And, of course, you can contact me directly at contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com. Make it a profitable day.